Peter Farrelly, one of the greatest comedic directors over the last 30 fucking years, man. I'm gonna tell you straight up. One half of the Farrelly brothers. Could you tell me there wasn't anything better than growing up in the 80s? I was born in 84. So I was born in 84. 1994, I was 10 years old. What came out then? Dumb and Dumber. You know what I'm saying? Me, Myself, and Irene came out when I was in high school. You dig? There's Something About Mary came out when I was in 8th grade. Great comedic fucking films. Great. But something happened in the last 10 years. Peter Farrelly and his brother stopped doing movies together. Maybe they want to do different projects. I can respect that. Was Ricky Stanicky one of those classics I named off? Was it even close? Watch the whole goddamn review and you'll see that. And do me a favor, a lot of y'all watching me, but you're not subscribed to me. Hit that sub button, like, share, comment. Thank you from that point. Ricky Stanicky is a film with Zac Efron. Incredible fucking job he did on Iron Claw. Okay? Zac Efron. And you have the WWE Hall of Famer, John Cena. John Cena is the 2000s version of Hulk Hogan. I grew up on wrestling. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. All right? So, Zac Efron and his two friends, childhood friends, they grew up in Providence, Rhode Island. These guys, it opens up with them. I think they're anywhere from, they're preteens. So I'm thinking like 12 to about 13. And they try to do this prank that I always heard about, where you get a bag of shit and you light it on fire and you put it on somebody's porch and then the person stomps it out. I went to school with some fucking savages, so I've heard about shit like this. So they do that in the beginning of this film as little kids. And what happens is the fire blow, like it literally goes ablaze so much to where it puts the whole porch on fire. So they leave an article of clothing and they sketch the name Ricky Stanicky so they can blame it on this imaginary kid, right? So what happens from there is Zac Efron and his two friends, they start to blame Ricky Stanicky for every damn thing that happens in their life. So they go through all these hijinks. Basically, they go off to summer camp and somebody does something stupid. It was Ricky Stanicky's fault. You know, high school, they get caught drinking. Oh, Ricky Stanicky spiked a punch. You know, that type of shit. So it was one of those type of films. So basically, we pan to Zac Efron. He's older. It's him and his friends are older. I think at this point they're probably about 30, right? So they're about 30 now, and they use Ricky Stanicky to get out of going to a baby shower, right? Men going to baby showers is something I still don't understand. I don't get it, but we're gonna keep it moving. So basically, they go to Atlantic City instead. So they go to Atlantic City, and in Atlantic City, they meet John Cena's character. John Cena's character is a degenerate fucking alcoholic. He's a struggling performer out there in Atlantic City. And he says, I'm the best. I just remember him saying, I'm the best goddamn actor you'll ever meet, right? Foreshadowing. So the guys go back. Zac Efron and his friends end up going back to Providence, Rhode Island. And one of the friends' moms is like, hey, I don't think Ricky Stanicky is real. So basically, Zac Efron calls John Cena's character and says, hey, we will hire you to play the character of Ricky Stanicky. And this shit's super elaborate. Like, these dudes have created a Ricky Stanicky Bible. He has his own Instagram, all type of shit. Like, they went all the way. Rather than just keep it real, they went all the way, right? So they invite Ricky Stanicky to, excuse me, I don't know much about the Jewish religion. So whatever the ceremony's called where the newborn boy gets circumcised, there's a whole ceremony for it. So they want Ricky Stanicky to be there. So Zac Efron hires John Cena to be there. And from that point, John Cena shows up. He wows everybody. William H. Macy is Zac Efron's boss. Ricky Stanicky was only supposed to be there for that moment. And then at the point, William H. Macy, Zac Efron's boss, hires him. And it's this whole thing. So basically, man, is this film Farrelly brothers caliber? First of all, half of the brothers did this film. Bobby had nothing to do with this film. Bobby Farrelly had nothing to do with it. Only Peter. This film, since it was half of the brothers, it was half of the fucking quality. This film was fucking terrible. Terrible. Worst fucking film I have seen. Worst comedy I've seen in the last 10 years. I don't know what the fuck happened in comedy, man. I don't know what happened to comedy. Hollywood spends all this fucking money on all these goddamn Marvel films. And it's like, dude, you can literally spend $20 million. You spend $200 million on a Marvel film. You could spend $20 million on 10 different, mid-range comedies. And they'll be classics, and they'll probably make $80 to $90 million in the box office because they're funny. Hollywood needs to start making good comedies again. And this one, Peter Farrelly, the funny thing about it is when you watch a PG-13 comedy, it has the kind of tween thing, and that's what it felt like. It was a rated R film, but it was terrible. It wasn't funny. And I asked myself this. I'm almost 40. Would I have liked this at 30? No. Would I have liked it at 20? No. Would I have liked it at 10? Probably 10 years old, because there was a lot of 10-year-old comedy. There was a lot of lowbrow 10-year-old, let me make a song about jizzing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, dude. It just wasn't funny. But it had nothing. It was nothing even close to the caliber that the Farrelly brothers put out. But like I said, this was not a Farrelly brothers film. This was Peter Farrelly, just one half. This was nowhere near as close as Dumb and Dumber, or There's Something About Mary, or Me, Myself, and Irene. All those films came out when I was less than 15 years old. And I can go back and watch all of those now and still laugh my ass off. Tears coming down my fucking face, crying, because it's that fucking funny. Is Ricky Stanicky that? No. If you're a fucking 9, 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old, 14-year-old little boy, you're going to laugh your ass off. But if you're a grown-ass man, rated R, it's not that. I don't think it's that funny. You know what I mean? And it's not even frat boy funny. You know what I'm saying? So, what do I rate this film? I rate this shit a 65.